Okay, a little challenge for you then. I would like you to have a go at writing a program that calculates factorial. Factorials of numbers. If you don't know what factorial is, it's basically 1 up to the number. So if I said something like 6 factorial, what does that mean? It's actually 1 times 2 times 3 times 4 times 5 times 6. So given any number, you should be able to calculate the factorial. And the other thing I'd like you to do is to calculate or work out whether a number is prime. So I could give you the number 7 and that would tell me that it was a prime. But if I gave you the number 8, that would return an empty string or something like that. So basically write a program that we can generate factorials for, and write a program that given a number it'll tell you whether it's a prime or not. What would be really good then is if you could combine those in a program which basically asks you for a number, ideally a maximum number, and then your program, when starting with the number 2, 3, 4, all the way up to your maximum number, said whether it was a prime or not. So obviously 2 is a prime, 3 is a prime, 4 is not a prime, 5 is a prime, and so on. And then after that it printed whether the factorial of the number. So 2 factorial is 1 times 2, which is 2. 3 factorial is 1 times 2 times 3, which is 6. 4 factorial is obviously 6 fours, 24. 5 factorial is that times 5, which is 120. You'll see this number grows quite quickly in 6 times 120, and so on. So it did this all the way then up to your maximum number. And if you really can get your mind around it, what would be great is if you could think about functions. It would be great if you can think about a main function, and in your main function you might get the user input. If you've seen the video on testing it, you might want to test it to see if it can be controlled or not, and if it's okay you might want to run your loop. Now running your loop is obviously going to be quite a bit of code, so your run loop might be in a big function, and you might come back here and finish. And what's your loop going to do? When we think about your loop function, that's going to go around from 2 to maximum number of times, and that's going to calculate your prime and your factorial. So probably prime and probably factorial are 2 more functions for you to create. So have a think about that. In terms of what the output should look like, let me just run it for you. So here's our block of code: prime tester and factorial generator. How high do you want to go? So we'll go up to the number 20. In fact we won't. First of all we'll put some garbage in, so I'll accidentally hit return, or I could put letters in, it doesn't matter. And it says you don't enter a numeric value and it chucks you out the code. That's fair enough. We haven't really looked at how to loop back when we get invalid input yet, so we've just exited. If we run the code again, so how high do we want to go? We'll go to 20 this time, hit return, and you can see what it's done. It started at the number 2, gone all the way up to 20, and it's printed out whether it was prime or just left it blank if it wasn't, and then it's printed out the factorial. So there's the ones we just saw up to 5. You can see the numbers explode quite quickly. Now clearly I haven't done the tabulation very well. There is that format print command if you want to have a go with that. I'm not too worried about it at this stage. It's more thinking about how you'd build up a program like this. So have a go at it, and I'll start to put bits of the solution up if I can during the week, but certainly by the end of half term I will have put a solution up there for you to have a look at. Okay, thanks.